Okay, so now that I'm back, um, okay, so I was talking about being taught in the box. The last thing I was able to pick up from review. Every time I try to do this, something happens where I get distracted. Now I gotta eat. Like, like everything is like, no, don't do this, but I have to. So guess what? Hmm, I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm gonna continue to roll. Okay. So look, I feel like when it comes to being in a box, you're basically being taught. Okay, you're basically being taught. Well, I'll just give you an example. I was raised to be a Jehovah's Witness, and I remember going to the Kingdom Hall and things like that sporadically in my hard but vivid, dreamy memories, and going with my mom and my sister and whatever. But at the same time, it was like, why am I doing that? What's the purpose of this? And the response was always to live. Well, if you want to live, this is what you got to do. And it's a way of life. Religion is a way of life. And that's true. Religion is a way of life. Um, but your life is what you make it. So if how I make life includes me having to live in fear, what kind of life is that for me to live? Or am I actually living, rather? Am I really living, or I'm just waiting to die in this hell so I can live again somewhere else? Is that lazy? I don't want to live here. So I'm going to do what I got to do to survive. So when it's all over, I know I did what I was supposed to do and I will get what I deserve. Okay. So you get what you deserve, which is on your end a perfect life with no mishaps, no imperfection, no sickness, no health, no death, none of those things. You're gonna live life in a box called fear. You're gonna live life in a box called fear because you think, I'm sorry, I scare myself easily. You see what I mean? Old habits die hard. Okay. Literally, old habits die hard. So you're gonna put yourself in a box to live in for fear you may be swept away, as one of the videos I believe say it. And you're okay with that because you think, well, if I die in this box, then I can get outside of it. Hmm. So you put yourself in a box, and then you wait for someone to pick you up and take you out the box. But you do everything you can to not have to stay in the box because you want to live the way you're being told you can live. But life is what you make it. So you're being told how you're supposed to live, and as you're being told how to live, you're imprisoning yourself into living a life of fear. So you're agreeing to the terms of and conditions that basically when you cleanse yourself of your past life in water, you will come out of that water a changed person. And I always thought that was kind of odd to use water to transform me. Because I always thought that even if I took a dip in that water, I'm still going to be the same person regardless of what you think or believe, if I really want to. So, how does this guarantee me this life that you're asking me to live when I see that although love is there, it's apparent, it's abundant, and it's beautiful? The most beautiful thing I've ever seen, honestly. At that time, it was. And that's what kept me there. The humanitarianism of everyone being able to travel, like where I work now, being able to travel somewhere and know that I don't know you and you don't know me, but we can help each other out of the kindness of our hearts, as they say. But it's ultimately the right thing to do. And they call it being kind, or the right thing to do. Because if it was you, you would want that too. And that's what religion teaches. What you give is what you get. Do you need a Bible to teach you that? I felt like I didn't, but I was still intrigued to know more. So I went into it. I'm just sitting here really taking in everything I just did. So don't mind me while I gather my thoughts for a second. I feel like this overwhelming need to cry, but it's not sadness anymore. Well, at least I'm not interpreting it as sadness anymore. Because water revitalizes you. And it also releases you. Yeah, I just use the bathroom, so fucking want to kill me. Act like you don't do it when you're on the phone talking to your people. But nah, for real, that was kind of gross. But, yeah. As long as you don't see it, you don't care. That's the beautiful thing about belief patterns. You hear it, you sense it, even though you can't tangibly touch it or physically see it with your eyeballs and use your hands. But whatever you believe is there. And it's going to change your concept of the visual message that's in front of you. Oh, my veins is popping right now. Okay. I think that's what's happening. My vein in my legs. On my legs hurting. I was closer to wire or something. That's probably what's sent me in. My veins popping. My heart is so like overflowing right now. But alrighty, so I'm gonna leave this open. Oh, I totally forgot I did close the door. So it probably was super dark this whole time. Oh my god, I'm so silly. Okay. Citrus and yogurt, two things that don't go together. Alrighty, so I'm back. That was a good 8 minutes of darkness. But Yeah, so back at it again with the back at it again. Anyways, um, yeah, so I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness and I met all these people that were people, and I had my first selection of who I believed was not really who I believed was anything, but I had my selection to figure out who I'm going to become by who I choose to associate with. And that was a great big concept they also used in trying to teach us to only be affiliated with people who you affiliate with. And don't affiliate with people that you know you do not affiliate with. Affiliate, associate, feel, share, relate, unevenly yoked, or evenly, for the matter. And that is right. That is correct. But yet again, here's the contradiction. Because you can't mistreat someone that you are unable to fluidly relate to as anything less than who or what you are able to identify with. And trying to make that possibility for others to understand has brought me great stress and relief at the same time. Because I always want people to connect, and I always want people to feel like we are indeed connected, because we are, and it's the truth. And even though people know that truth, we still forget when we let this physical reality make us forget, because we too busy believing what our eyes is telling us to see. And if we break down how the eyesight actually works and what the eyeball actually does, this reality isn't even what we see it as anyway. So why do you want to live in a box when what you see isn't even real anyway? And because that's the basis, the foundation that people are trying so hard to get other people to believe, it is what it is. I thought about doing something like this as a live chat, but I wasn't sure, because I want to be able to control when I can maintain thought and when I would allow other people to disrupt them. And that's a choice that I've just decided to make in all areas of my life in dealing in this reality, because I hurt my heart. I hurt myself. It almost hurt my ability to create, because I was so in a rush to get it right on the first try, and there's no such thing. I was sit here thinking in between time as well that this concept, this religious world, has a way of elevating this one person as a prime, perfect example and putting him on a pedestal of greatness. And then at work and in the family and in relationships, we all do the same thing. We put this one particular thing, person, place, or thing on a very high pedestal of what we believe perfection is. And even though we've never, ever had a comparison in reality of what is perfect and imperfect, how can we know what is not right or what is right in perfectionism or criticism. But they elevate this one being or ideal that's superior to all ideals, and that which, if you are love form, then you would receive love form. And my boyfriend, I've been calling him my husband, but my boyfriend, who is my husband, he told me this girl posted something on Facebook and it said something about how guys and women and being led, and that women needs to be the leader. Women are to be leaders to men because that means that they then will commit. And he said, I disagree. I think men should lead, in something that type of realm where basically we were getting to the definition of how that energy actually works, but in a very physical way. So it was like basically instead of a woman having to take their ownership of leading a man, and she is an experience of love from man. How can you lead with experience if all experiences are not the same? How can you lead with a love experience when the idea of love within that experience is not the same as everyone else's? And if our love experiences are defined differently because nobody is alike and our perceptions clash through interference of these invisible walls that we place ourselves in, but we can't help it to a certain extent. So let me back up out of that because I went too far deep. Where I was trying to go. So basically, if a woman is a love experience and the man is love itself, that means he has no choice but to give to a woman in order for the woman to be of use of her feminine energy that is dormant naturally. Now, the urge for a woman to create comes from the deep emotional waters that we experience. And the moon comes to remind you every month around this time that you are a woman. And women have needs. As a woman, you have wants. As a woman, you crave love to experience based on what you have been trained or taught or visually demand, like TV and book, radio, like all those incoming messages have shaped your perception of what you think love should be experienced as. So, excuse me. I gotta sit up now. Whew. So basically, you're sitting here wondering every month, or maybe every other month, or maybe you gotta wait 9 months, or maybe you're just never knowing what's gonna happen. Okay, I just caused a problem by not thinking ahead with that text message. Um, that just threw me off because now I feel like I need to stop what I'm doing and go back and then begin this again. But until that problem actually arrives that I have to address, then I will address it. So, when men are loved and women are not receiving it, they do get angry. They do act bitter and spoiled, rotten, and whine or nag or complain and criticize and constantly feel the need to be involved because we know what the experience is. We are born experiences of love that are only here to experience and bring more love into where we are. So if I am love, experiencing love, and I think love, experience, result love. That's the equation. So if you give me love of what you have been routinely taught to perceive love is, if you are giving me that love and it's different, and I'm okay with it, then we merge our worlds to become one if you're okay with mine too. We compromise in our relation and then we commit to that contract, deal, union, agreement, bond, vowel. We commit our hearts and promise that it will be like this until otherwise. And we also commit that we will make sure that this agreement don't change either, no matter what. And we understand things happen and circumstances change people. But you also get to, in my opinion though, you do get to choose who you love and relate to on a habitual kind of thinking or perception. You do get to choose who you love every day. You do get to choose who you give your energy to, and you get to choose who you receive from as well. So I honestly feel like you do make a choice in who you ground yourself into, and then their actions tell you what their choices were as well. And I'm not going to go there, but that's one option. The ideal love he has, no matter what it is given to a woman. And she says, okay, I see how you love. And this is my love experience that I've had before I met you. I think we could work something out and make a good deal. Let's try to do it, shall we? Shall we? Hey. And you do. And you go from there. Now, if both of those people remain responsible and owning up to the promise that were made after the date that they made it, is the test of an actual relation to other people. Are you going to be who you said you were when new information comes along that cannot and does not have to alter the contract or promise we agreed to? Are you going to be flexible? That's my personal question. Are you going to be flexible? But two, a man gives love, his idea of love, and a woman receives it and says, you know what? I'm not feeling this. We could be friends though. So she's into receiving the love, but she doesn't want to commit to the method or the experience that you're looking to give her. And that could be for a number of reasons, because she's still basing her decision off her love experience. Just like you're basing your decision, whether she agree or not, on your love, teaching, training, etc. So who are you, giver of love, to say to a woman or feminine energy, because I don't mean anything physically, I'm just talking in a language that I know people will understand as much as I possibly can. But like, who are you as a man to tell a woman that, you know what, you have no right to trap me into trying to only be a friend, because I am more than capable of providing you more than that. And you don't want my actual full love experience. You only want 50%. How dare you betray my love teachings that way? And then she looks back at you and says, oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, if that is what that may be. But I just wanted to be honest that through my love experiences, despite what your teachings and experiences are, my intuition has developed feelings that I'm just now understanding myself as a whole. And in those experiences and in that intuition from past experiences that taught me, when it was red and I went green, that means I should have said red. And when it was green and I said red, I should have kept green. Or when it was green, I went green. And when it was red, I went red. Those things developed over time through my experience of love. And at this point, I need to follow slowly on to which light within me I should follow. And if that light is telling me to slow down, stop, go, proceed with caution. If that's what my light is saying inside of me, why would I not listen? And to try to overpower what I had to develop within myself is disrespectful. To the fact that you're even here to be able to do that to me. Because this is upon which you came yourself. Discerning who should I love and who should I try to experience love with, because I'm empty when I don't have it. And I need to fill myself with it in order to know that I am useful and I have purpose. And when I'm not feeling any love that I perceive, I die somehow. And it may not be physically, literally death, but you know what I mean. We have different hells in this hell because we're being taught from infancy in religion that you have to live through hell to get to heaven. You won't get to die until you get it right. Three, a man loves a woman, or he offers love to a woman And he changes his mind about how she takes the experience or how she experiences love. He's not agreeing with that. And he don't want to be selfish, maybe. He just want to be cautious himself. And that's okay. Because who am I to disrespect your signaling when I need you to respect mine? And you do get to choose who you love. That's man-made. Because man has to choose who to love. Women don't get to choose who they love. They just do. The experience is always present and then becomes past, which is just a repeat of the present, the now. Full circle. Reset. So we have these three ways, but the third, most definitely, I feel bad for men sometimes when I see them trying to instill or force feed the love that they want to give so badly to a situation or a person, place, or thing. Because it's not always women. Even though that's the ultimate goal, is to receive some type of love experience. And I'm not, of course, like I was saying, this is just for basic understanding purposes. Because I'm not saying that there's no man, woman, whatever relationship you are to be in is whatever relationship you're in. And that's okay. But I am saying that so you can understand me in basic terms. That if a man loves anything, if anything he chooses to give his love to doesn't return it the way he thinks their experience is supposed to, that equation still doesn't add up right. There has to be a review because now he has a problem. Why can't I choose love and it comes out the resulted way I expect based on what I've been taught through experiences that came from the feminine energy that's greater than the one I already possessed. So men look to women, the love experience of which they came, or anything of the like, as all people. But men look to motherly, warm, nurturing energies, not necessarily person, but energies of nurturing, to instill in them how they are to nurture others because they are love. But women have been raised to believe that you are the sole nurturer or a nurturer of a higher standard. And you must always be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, legally, just everything. Everything, all responsibilities on you. And while you deal with all these responsibilities, you got to give love too. Because you owe it to man to pay that love back that you didn't give the way that I thought it was going to be. I told you not to eat from this tree, and you did it anyway. Why? I told you not to eat it, And you took it, you came to me, you gave it, and then you convinced me nothing would happen. And I said, okay, I trust you. And now we in hell. I don't want to trust you anymore. Now you have to earn the love that I'm able to give. And then we'll see, once you're starved and fed scraps of love. But we'll see when you starve yourself to death, what happens to you when you don't get love. Because you hurt me when you didn't listen to me. So now everything is your fault. And then this woman has to sit here and go, well, I was only following the lights that I had built inside of me. And my light told me to trust that I don't have to live in a box. The box that you were told only you and I can exist in. But I have these lights telling me inside how to get out of this box. And I need you to listen to me too, if you want to get out and remake everything that we just created together. So if you accept that, great. We can start our lives all over again, even if it means we're starting from the ground up, as long as we know what we know. And we don't